Every morning, you walk into your kitchen thinking you're making healthy choices. But what if I told you that 7 common items sitting on your counters and shelves right now could be quietly increasing your stroke risk? Let me share something with you. After 40 years of studying health and wellness and working alongside medical teams in various communities, I've seen a troubling pattern. Many stroke cases, especially among people over 60, trace back to everyday kitchen habits we never question. Just last year, our health research group reviewed cases from 3 different senior communities. The findings shocked us. Nearly 70% of stroke survivors had been unknowingly exposing themselves to the same kitchen dangers for decades. A major study from the American Heart Association found that household dietary choices contribute to over 60% of preventable strokes in adults over 60. That number should wake us all up. Here's what keeps me up at night. How many times have you reached for that salt shaker without thinking? Do you check labels on canned goods, or do you trust they're safe because they've been in stores forever? When was the last time you questioned whether your cooking oil was helping or harming your arteries? These aren't just random questions. These are the exact habits that separate those who live vibrant, healthy lives into their 80s and 90s from those who face sudden medical emergencies. The truth is, stroke prevention starts in your kitchen, not in a hospital. But here's the good news. Once you understand what you're dealing with, change becomes simple. Small adjustments, nothing complicated. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which 7 items need your attention and what to do about them. This information could add years to your life. So before we go further, do me a favor. Subscribe to Healthy Life right now. We're building a community of wise people who want to live fully, independently, and healthily for as long as possible. Hit that subscribe button and let's protect your future together. Number 1. Salt shaker. That innocent-looking salt shaker on your dining table might be your biggest enemy. Here's the problem most people don't realize. Every time you shake salt onto your food without measuring, you're playing a dangerous game with your blood pressure. Sodium makes your body hold onto water. This extra fluid puts tremendous pressure on your artery walls. Over months and years, this constant pressure damages the delicate lining of your blood vessels. These damaged vessels become stiff, narrow, and prone to blockages. When a blockage cuts off blood flow to your brain, that's when stroke happens. Your body needs some sodium to function, that's true, but it needs about 1,500 milligrams per day, roughly half a teaspoon. Most people over 60 consume more than 3,400 milligrams daily. That's more than double what your body can safely handle. Where does this excess come from? That casual shake here, another shake there, plus all the hidden sodium already in packaged foods. Your kidneys work overtime trying to filter this excess sodium. But as we age, our kidneys slow down. They can't keep up. The sodium stays in your bloodstream, raising your blood pressure higher and higher. Now, here's your natural solution, and it's simpler than you think. First, remove that salt shaker from your table entirely. Put it away in a cupboard. Out of sight, out of mind. Instead, discover the world of herbs and spices. Garlic powder, not garlic salt, adds incredible flavor without any sodium. Fresh crushed black pepper gives you that sharp bite. Dried oregano, basil, thyme, and rosemary bring depth to any dish. Paprika adds color and a gentle sweetness. A squeeze of fresh lemon juice brightens everything. These natural seasonings don't just replace salt. They actually taste better once your taste buds adjust. And here's something wonderful. It only takes about 2 weeks for your taste buds to reset. After that, foods with less salt will taste perfectly satisfying, while overly salty foods will taste unpleasant. When you cut excess sodium, your blood pressure drops within days. Your heart doesn't have to work as hard. You'll sleep better because your body isn't retaining uncomfortable fluid. Your ankles won't swell as much. Your kidneys get a break. Even your skin looks healthier because you're not holding on to excess water. Most importantly, you're giving your arteries a chance to heal and stay flexible. Flexible arteries mean steady blood flow to your brain. Steady blood flow means dramatically lower stroke risk. This one change, putting away that salt shaker, could add healthy years to your life. Number 2. Cooking oil. Open your cupboard and look at your cooking oil. Is it a large plastic bottle of refined vegetable oil? Canola, soybean, corn, or generic vegetable oil? If so, we need to talk. These refined oils are creating silent chaos inside your arteries. The problem lies in how they're made. These oils go through extreme processing with high heat and chemical solvents. This processing damages the fats, turning them into inflammatory compounds. When you cook with them, especially at high heat, they break down further, releasing even more harmful substances. These damaged fats enter your bloodstream and stick to your artery walls. Your arteries should be smooth and flexible, like soft rubber tubes. But when damaged fats accumulate, they create rough, hard patches called plaques. Think of plaque like rust on a pipe. It builds up, narrows the opening, and disrupts flow. Blood has trouble passing through. Worse, these plaques can suddenly rupture. When that happens, your body forms a blood clot to seal the rupture. But this clot can completely block the artery. If that blocked artery feeds your brain, you have a stroke. Refined vegetable oils also throw off the balance between omega-6 and omega-3 fats in your body. Too much omega-6 creates inflammation throughout your entire system. Chronic inflammation is like a slow fire, burning inside you, damaging everything it touches, especially your blood vessels. Extra virgin olive oil is your best friend. It's pressed from olives without heat or chemicals, keeping all its protective compounds intact. These compounds actually reduce inflammation and protect your arteries. Use it for low-heat cooking, for salad dressings, even drizzled over cooked vegetables. For higher heat cooking, use avocado oil or coconut oil. Avocado oil has a high smoke point and contains heart-healthy fats. Coconut oil remains stable under heat. Even better, bring back real butter from grass-fed cows, but in moderation. Butter contains vitamins your body needs, and unlike what we were told for decades, natural butter in reasonable amounts doesn't cause heart disease. The key word is reasonable. A teaspoon or two, not half a stick. When you switch to these traditional fats, your body responds beautifully. Inflammation levels drop. Your arteries start to heal. Your cell membranes become healthier because they're built from better quality fats. You'll have more energy because your body can actually use these natural fats efficiently. Your brain functions better too, because your brain is 60% fat and needs quality fats to work properly. And here's something touching. These traditional fats connect us to how humans ate for thousands of years before factories started processing everything. Your grandmother probably cooked with these fats. There's wisdom in returning to what worked. Number 3. Instant noodles. Those convenient packages of instant noodles sitting in your pantry need to go. I know they're quick. I know they're cheap. I know when you don't feel like cooking, they seem like a harmless solution. But let me tell you what's really in that package. A typical serving contains more than 1,800 milligrams of sodium. That's more than a full day's worth in just one bowl. But sodium is just the beginning. These noodles are deep-fried during processing, soaking them in those same damaged oils we just talked about. The seasoning packets are loaded with artificial flavor enhancers, particularly something called monosodium glutamate, or MSG. Then there are the preservatives, including one called tertiary butyl hydroquinone, which keeps the noodles from spoiling. Here's what happens when you regularly eat instant noodles. That massive sodium spike shoots your blood pressure up temporarily. If you're eating these weekly or even daily, your blood pressure rarely gets a chance to come back down. The damaged fats and chemical additives trigger inflammation throughout your body. Studies from South Korea, where instant noodles are extremely popular, found that people who ate instant noodles 2 or more times per week had significantly higher rates of metabolic syndrome. That's a cluster of conditions including high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and abnormal cholesterol, all major stroke risk factors. The scary part is how these noodles feel satisfying in the moment, but leave you hungry again within an hour. They spike your blood sugar rapidly. Then it crashes, making you crave more food. It's a vicious cycle. Keep cooked brown rice or quinoa in your refrigerator. These whole grains cook once a week in bulk, then stay fresh for days. When you want a quick meal, heat a portion in a pot with low-sodium broth. Add frozen vegetables. They're just as nutritious as fresh and require no chopping. Crack an egg into the pot while it simmers. In less than 10 minutes, you have a nourishing bowl that actually feeds your body. Or make a simple soup with lentils, vegetables, and herbs. Lentils cook quickly, need no soaking, and provide protein and fiber. Season with the herbs we talked about earlier instead of those chemical-filled packets. Your blood pressure will stabilize. You'll feel genuinely satisfied after meals instead of hungry again quickly. Your energy levels become steady instead of spiking and crashing. The inflammation in your body decreases. Your risk of stroke drops significantly. Most importantly, you're nourishing your body with real food that it recognizes and can use. There's dignity in feeding yourself well. You've worked hard your whole life. You deserve better than chemically processed noodles in a foam cup. Number 4. Canned food. Walk to your pantry and count how many cans you have. Canned soup, canned vegetables, canned beans, canned sauces. Each one seems innocent, even healthy. Vegetables are good for you, right? But canned foods carry 2 major dangers. First is sodium again. Food manufacturers add shocking amounts of salt to canned goods for flavor and preservation. A single can of soup often contains over 2,000 milligrams of sodium, sometimes packed into a serving size that's only half the can. Most people eat the entire can, consuming more than a full day's sodium in one sitting. Canned vegetables, even plain ones, are typically packed in salty brine. 1 cup of canned green beans can have over 400 milligrams of sodium, while fresh green beans have almost none. The second danger is the can itself. Most metal cans are lined with a substance containing bisphenol A, commonly called BPA. This chemical prevents the metal from corroding and keeps food from taking on a metallic taste. But BPA leaches into your food, especially acidic foods like tomatoes. Once in your body, BPA acts like a hormone disruptor. It raises blood pressure and increases inflammation. Research has linked BPA exposure to increased cardiovascular disease risk. The lining also contains other chemicals we're still learning about. Some cans now say BPA-free, but they've often just replaced it with similar chemicals that may be equally problematic. Frozen vegetables are picked at peak ripeness and frozen immediately, locking in nutrients. They contain no added sodium unless you buy ones with sauce, so check labels. They're just as convenient as canned, sometimes more so because you pour out only what you need. Fresh vegetables are ideal when you can get them. Even fresh vegetables that have been sitting in your refrigerator for a few days are better than canned. For beans and legumes, which are wonderful sources of protein and fiber, buy dried ones. Yes, they need soaking and cooking, but here's a secret. You can cook a big batch once a week, then freeze portions. Pull out a portion whenever you need it. If you must buy canned goods occasionally, look for low-sodium or no-salt-added versions, and choose brands that package in glass jars when possible. Your sodium intake drops dramatically. You avoid hormone-disrupting chemicals. The food actually tastes better because you control the seasoning. Fresh and frozen vegetables retain more vitamins and minerals than canned ones. You'll notice your body feeling lighter, less bloated. Your blood pressure readings improve. You are reducing your stroke risk significantly, while also protecting yourself from other health issues linked to excess sodium and chemical exposure. Taking this step shows respect for your body and your future. Number 5. Sugar jar. That sugar jar or sugar bowl on your counter is another silent threat. We often focus on salt for blood pressure, but sugar might be just as dangerous for stroke risk. Here's why. Every time you add sugar to your coffee, tea, or food, you're triggering a cascade of harmful reactions in your body. Sugar makes your blood glucose spike rapidly. Your pancreas responds by releasing insulin to bring that sugar level down. When this happens repeatedly, day after day, year after year, your cells become resistant to insulin. They stop responding properly. Your pancreas has to produce more and more insulin to get the same effect. High insulin levels in your blood cause inflammation throughout your entire cardiovascular system. This chronic inflammation damages the lining of your arteries, making them stiff and prone to plaque buildup. High blood sugar also makes your blood thicker and stickier, more likely to clot. It damages small blood vessels throughout your body, including the tiny vessels in your brain. Sugar increases triglycerides, a type of fat in your blood that contributes to artery disease. It raises blood pressure, though not as directly as sodium. Perhaps most concerning, excess sugar consumption is directly linked to type 2 diabetes, and diabetes doubles or even triples stroke risk. The famous actor Tom Hanks revealed his type 2 diabetes diagnosis several years ago, attributing it partly to his earlier poor dietary habits, including sugar consumption. He now manages it carefully, but he's talked publicly about wishing he had made changes sooner. Your natural solution starts with eliminating added sugars from your daily routine. Stop adding sugar to coffee and tea. Your taste buds will adjust faster than you think. Within a week, drinks without sugar taste normal. If you need sweetness, add a small amount of cinnamon instead. Cinnamon adds a perception of sweetness without any sugar and actually helps regulate blood sugar levels. Replace sugary desserts with naturally sweet options like fresh berries. Berries contain fiber that slows sugar absorption and are packed with antioxidants that protect your blood vessels. A handful of blueberries or strawberries satisfies sweet cravings without harming you. If you bake occasionally, cut the sugar in recipes by half. You'll barely notice the difference. Use vanilla extract for sweetness without calories. Mashed ripe banana or unsweetened applesauce can replace sugar in many recipes. When you reduce added sugar, remarkable things happen. Your energy levels become stable throughout the day instead of spiking and crashing. You lose weight, especially dangerous belly fat that increases stroke risk. Your blood pressure drops. Inflammation throughout your body decreases. Your risk of developing diabetes drops dramatically. Your brain works better because it's not dealing with constant blood sugar swings. You'll even sleep better. And here's something beautiful. Food starts tasting better. Your taste buds, no longer overwhelmed by intense sweetness, begin detecting subtle, natural flavors in foods. An apple tastes incredibly sweet. A carrot has surprising flavor. You reconnect with how food actually tastes, and you realize you don't need all that added sugar. This change protects not just your brain, but your entire body. Number 6. Non-stick pans. Look at your pans. If they have that smooth, dark, non-stick coating, we need to discuss something important. These non-stick coatings, especially older ones, contain chemicals called perfluorinated compounds. The most well-known is PFOA, also called C8. These chemicals make the coating slippery so food doesn't stick. But when heated, especially at high temperatures, these coatings begin to break down. They release toxic fumes and particles. Some of this contamination gets into your food. Some you breathe in. These chemicals are called forever chemicals because they don't break down in the environment or in your body. They accumulate over time. Research has linked these compounds to increased cholesterol levels, higher blood pressure, and increased cardiovascular disease risk. They disrupt your hormone systems and may contribute to inflammation throughout your body. Even newer non-stick pans claiming to be PFOA-free often use similar replacement chemicals that haven't been studied long enough to know their full effects. The convenience of non-stick cooking comes with a health cost you shouldn't be paying. Every time you cook with these pans, especially if the coating is scratched or worn, you're potentially exposing yourself to substances that increase stroke risk. Cast iron pans are wonderful. They last forever, improve with age, and even add a small amount of beneficial iron to your food. Yes, they require a little care, but it's simple. Wash with hot water, dry immediately, and rub with a thin layer of oil. That's it. Stainless steel pans are another excellent option. They're durable, don't release any chemicals, and can go in the oven. For truly non-stick cooking without chemicals, carbon steel pans work beautifully once seasoned, similar to cast iron but lighter. If you want the convenience of easy release, ceramic-coated pans are much safer than traditional non-stick, though they don't last as long. The key is avoiding those older-style chemical non-stick coatings. You eliminate a source of toxic exposure from your daily life. Cast iron and stainless steel are more durable, saving money long-term. Food often tastes better in these pans because you can achieve better browning and flavor development. You're not breathing toxic fumes when cooking at high heat. Your overall toxic load decreases, reducing inflammation throughout your body. There's something satisfying about cooking with quality tools that don't poison you. Your health matters more than the convenience of food sliding out of a pan. Make this change, and your body will thank you every day. Number 7. Artificial sweeteners. You thought you were making a smart choice by switching from sugar to artificial sweeteners. Those little pink, blue, or yellow packets seemed like the perfect solution. 0 calories, still sweet. But here's the truth. Those companies don't want you to know. Artificial sweeteners might be worse for stroke risk than regular sugar. These chemical compounds, aspartame, sucralose, saccharin, confuse your body in dangerous ways. Your tongue tastes sweetness and signals your brain that sugar is coming. Your pancreas prepares by releasing insulin. But no real sugar arrives. This repeated false alarm disrupts your metabolic system. Studies have found that people who regularly consume artificial sweeteners have higher rates of metabolic syndrome, weight gain, and type 2 diabetes compared to people who avoid them. That's right, the 0-calorie sweeteners are linked to weight gain. They also disrupt your gut bacteria. Your gut contains trillions of beneficial bacteria that help regulate everything from digestion to inflammation to blood pressure. Artificial sweeteners kill off good bacteria and allow harmful bacteria to flourish. This disruption increases inflammation throughout your entire body, including your cardiovascular system. Recent research has also linked certain artificial sweeteners directly to increased cardiovascular events. A large study published in 2022 found that people who consumed higher amounts of artificial sweeteners had increased risk of heart attack and stroke. Stop using artificial sweeteners completely. Don't replace them with regular sugar either. Instead, embrace less sweet foods and drinks. Drink water, plain or with a slice of lemon or cucumber for flavor. Drink unsweetened tea or coffee. If you currently can't stand the taste, Reduce sweetener gradually over 2 weeks. Cut the amount in half each week. Your taste buds will adapt. For occasional sweet treats, use tiny amounts of natural sweeteners like raw honey or pure maple syrup. These are still sugars and should be limited, but at least they're real food your body recognizes. They also contain trace minerals and compounds with some beneficial properties, unlike chemical sweeteners that are pure toxins. The benefits of eliminating artificial sweeteners are powerful. Your gut bacteria begin to recover and rebalance. Inflammation decreases. Your body's insulin response normalizes. You stop experiencing false hunger and cravings triggered by the sweetness confusion. Your taste buds reset, making naturally sweet foods like fruit taste amazing again. Your stroke risk drops. Your overall health improves. You're no longer consuming chemicals that your body doesn't recognize and can't properly process. This is one of those changes where people often say they wish they'd done it years earlier. The freedom from chemical dependence, even dependence on sweetness itself, feels liberating. You deserve that freedom. So there you have it. 7 common kitchen items that could be quietly increasing your stroke risk. The salt shaker that spikes your blood pressure. Refined cooking oils that damage your arteries. Instant noodles packed with sodium and chemicals. Canned foods loaded with salt and hormone disruptors. The sugar jar that creates inflammation and insulin problems. Non-stick pans releasing toxic chemicals. And artificial sweeteners that confuse your body and harm your gut. These aren't complicated medical mysteries. These are simple, everyday choices happening right in your own kitchen. The beautiful thing is that every single one of these has a natural, healthier alternative. Herbs and spices instead of salt. Traditional fats like olive oil instead of refined vegetable oils. Real quick meals instead of instant noodles. Fresh and frozen foods instead of canned. Naturally sweet foods instead of added sugars. Safe cookware instead of chemical-coated pans. Plain foods and drinks instead of artificially sweetened ones. These changes don't require perfection. Start with 1 or 2. Build from there. Every small change reduces your stroke risk and adds vitality to your days. The long-term benefit goes beyond just preventing stroke. You'll have more energy. You'll feel lighter and clearer. Your blood pressure will improve. Your weight may normalize. You'll sleep better. Most importantly, you maintain your independence and quality of life. You stay active, present, and engaged with the people you love. That's what this is really about. Not just adding years to your life, but adding life to your years. Before you go, let me ask you something. Can you relate to this video? Have you been using some of these items without knowing the risks? Drop a comment and share your experience. Your story might help someone else make an important change. If you have a health concern or topic you want us to cover, tell us in the comments. We'll make a video on it soon. And please, like this video, share it with friends and family who need to hear this, and subscribe to Healthy Life. We're here creating content like this to help you live your healthiest, strongest, longest life possible. May you be blessed with good health, clear mind, and many beautiful years ahead. Take care of yourself. You're worth it. Remember, if you have existing health conditions, especially heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, or if you're taking medications, talk with your doctor before making major dietary changes. They can guide you based on your specific situation. But for most people, these kitchen changes are safe, beneficial, and potentially life-saving. Start today. Your future self will thank you.